Hi, this is Jakob Hemström from Hiroshima, and you're listening to the Deliciously Brutal podcast. Brutally delicious. I'm sorry.
All right, no worries at all. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So you want to jump in first, Reed, or you want me to go?
Yeah, you sound super Swedish, Jakob, and your name.
I am super Swedish, I guess.
Awesome. Guess what? I'm super Finnish. Like, we're basically neighbors.
Yeah. But we wouldn't understand a word of what the other one is saying if we spoke our mother tongue.
Yeah, that is true. Like, I once came to visit the guys of Draconian, and I think it was Arvid who was like, he went on and on about like explaining his trip to Finland and how somebody wrote something in Finnish and he was just like, Sike epre, how do you not get what I'm saying? And then I just like, after like 30 to 45 minutes of like trying to wrap my head around what he's saying, I figured out he said Sika apara, which means pig bastard.
Really?
This is a stupid anecdote, but it was just like, I remember that forever because he's there just like going on, Sike epre. I'm like, this is not Finnish, dude. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, it was a super important story about a tag on a wall that said pig bastard. Yes.
Yeah.
So, how have you been coping with this horrid fucking winter?
Well, pretty good, I guess. Yeah. I mean, the weather right now isn't that great, especially if you have kids and you need to go outside and do that kind of stuff, But it's been okay. I mean,
just push them out the door, close the door, and when they bang on the windows, it's time to let them back in.
That's a good tactic right there. Yeah.
So let's talk.
How many kids do you have?
Let's talk Hiroshima here, because that's, I guess, why we're here. Sort of, or maybe not. Marina's saying no, we're not here for that. But we're just here to chat. All things all things pass. The new single.
Yes.
Actually, really dig it. Now that it's out, how do you feel about it? And has the response been really good to it?
Yeah, I think so. It really has, and I think. I mean, both our singles have this kind of more direct approach than our previous music. So I think a lot of people are catching on to the band and what we're doing. And the response has been really good so far. We're very, very pleased. And, when we finished the record, I mean, at the beginning of this last autumn, and then you try to just, keep it on the shelf and not listen to too much, just let it rest. And now when we start to release the singles and are looking forward to the full album release, you start listening to the songs again, and you get this like a second how do you say it?
Second wind.
Yeah, and you hear it with fresh ears, and you have this response from the other people listening to it, and it's really nice.
Good. Did you? Now that Myriad is done, and how did you get the Napalm deal? How did that come about?
Yeah, we like not our previous record, but the one before that. It's called "In Silence We Yearn." It was our second record, and we released it ourselves just digitally. We didn't have a label or anything, just put it out online. And then some guy put it up on YouTube, and after a while it started to get more and more hits, and it went kind of, as viral as a Swedish post-rock band can get on YouTube, like an unsigned band. But we were starting to get listeners, and so we first released it as a CD through a small American indie label called Fluttery Records. And then later, like maybe it was about a year after we had released it ourselves digitally, Napalm contacted us and said that they wanted to release it on vinyl. and we were thrilled for them to be doing that. But I had never heard of Napalm Records before this. I'm not a metal guy, so I didn't know this label at all. So I just went to their website and started scrolling, and maybe one or two or three bands that I could recognize, and but they had signed God is an Astronaut, this band that's also on Napalm, that's kind of in similar genre as us, and I guess they wanted to kind of find new territory, new genres to reach into, and so they released a couple of 300 vinyls, and they sold out pretty quickly, and they were happy about that, and asked if they could sign us, and we were all on board. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I imagine. So you just said you're not a metal guy, and I know this is not a metal project, but how in the world did you end up with Christian Carlson mixing and mastering this record? Because isn't he from like Cult of Luna and lots of extreme metal?
Yeah, I mean, Christian Carlson was the one recording it. He's a keyboard player in Cult of Luna. Then Magnus Lindberg, he's the one that like mixes and masters, all the Cult of Luna records and hundreds of other records as well. Sure. So Christian, he's also in a post-rock band called PG Lost, and so I knew about him from that project. I have never met him, never met any of those guys, but I know that Christian recorded all the PG Lost albums, and then Magnus mixed and mastered those, and they always sounded great. And of course, I knew Magnus' work from all the Cult of Luna records, and I mean they always sound great as well. So
yeah.
We wanted to really push forward with this record. We took a lot more time for everything, for writing, and just working out the sounds for the different instruments and everything. And we wanted to have the production level and everything the next level as well. So we contacted both of those guys, and they were.
I mean, I think it shows. What I've heard is really, really well done. So, congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
I know we started late. We don't have too much longer on this one because we've got another one backed up behind us. But Rena, what do you have?
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, you said you're not a metal guy. So what kind of guy are you then?
Yeah, I have some metal bands that I like, but it's not like the kind of music that I listened to growing up. I listened to, I mean, first and foremost, more like rock. I was like a big Foo Fighters and Nirvana fan when I was younger, and then started to get into more like, when it comes to heavier music, more like hardcore stuff, and then like melodic hardcore bands that had like this atmospheric element to it, and that's how I got into post rock, and started to widen my the stuff I listen to as well. And I mean, I really like Cult of Luna, and I like some metal bands, but I'm not very like immersed in the genre and so on.
So what's the band that you listen to that you never ever admit to anybody?
I don't know if there is a band like that. I think I could mention any band that I listen to, but I'm sorry.
Every Saturday on your way to sauna, it's ABBA time,
Maybe.
Maybe. It's totally. It's like you're just waltzing down the stairs to Dancing Queen, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Swedish, right? So
right.
What am I gonna do?
What's next for What's next for Oh Hiroshima? What do you have on the agenda?
Well, it's the album release, of course, and now doing a lot of PR stuff and interviews and podcasts like this. But we're started to rehearse for a tour that we hope to be able to announce details about as soon as possible.
Nice.
So we're keeping busy.
That's sweet. Rena, you got anything else?
Yeah, please tell us like where fans old and new can find you. Are you on social media? Where's the
Instagram and Facebook, I guess, are the places where we try to update fairly regularly. So yeah, I guess that's it.
Oh Hiroshima on
Awesome.
Facebook and Oh Hiroshima on Instagram.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome.
Does it say like Oh Hiroshima official or Oh Hiroshima?
I think it's just like Oh Hiroshima. That's it.
Cool.
Oh Hiroshima. Yeah.
All right.
So thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
To my parenting advice, you know. Like,
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping that one.
Thank you for taking the time. Sorry we have to jet. I just got them back to back today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys.
Hey, you have a good day, my friend. Be well.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
It was absolutely amazing seeing you, Rita.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.